But we start with legal matters. The Pietermaritzburg High Court will today rule on former President Jacob Zuma's private prosecution case against the NPA's advocate Billy Downer and journalist Karyn Maughan. Zuma has filed charges against Downer, who's the lead prosecutor in his corruption case, and Maughan, accusing them of illegally leaking a doctor's letter to the media. The court will decide whether to strike the case off the roll or postpone it even further. Let's get you a sense of what else we know at this hour. Simphiwe Makhanya is part of our team at court and joins us now live. Simphiwe, it seems from all indications really, it's likely to be a pretty brief sitting today.
It is indeed expected to be so, Ayanda. Well, if you recall what happened during the last court appearance here at the Pietermaritzburg High Court, where the lawyers representing former President Jacob Zuma, told Judge Nkosinathi Chili that they want the matter to be postponed because they have not yet, appealed the decision of the Supreme Court of Appeal at the Constitutional Court, saying that that matter still needs to be appealed in order to have finality on it. But we had a surprising move by lawyers representing Karyn Maughan as well as State Prosecutor Advocate Billy Downer, saying that this particular court should just strike this matter off the roll altogether, saying that of course the former president is using it as a delaying tactic in order to delay the start of his main criminal case, which is also before this very court where we are coming to you from. So the judge there last week deciding that he will make that ruling today, this morning to be precise, Ayanda, as to whether he's going to be striking this matter off the roll or postpone it further. But of course the parties that are involved in these particular proceedings were not in court the last time. We're also not expecting them to be physically here in court today, but supporters of former President Jacob Zuma have already started gathering outside the Pietermaritzburg High Court. We see a heavy police presence, as it is normally the case when it comes to these appearances, where the MK party really uses this particular time or platform to campaign, of course, ahead of the elections that are going to be held on the 29th of May. We are expecting brief proceedings inside the Pietermaritzburg High Court today, with Judge Nkosinathi Chili expected to hand down that particular ruling this morning, Ayanda.
Yeah, and of course, Simphiwe, this is just one of several other cases around this corruption trial, because we know that in a separate matter, the former president is trying to privately charge his successor, Cyril Ramaphosa, for being an accessory after the fact.
Indeed, Ayanda, but if you look at the matters in totality, the NPA would tell you that what former President Jacob Zuma is trying to do really is to prolong the start of his main criminal trial, which is before this very court where we are. You would recall as well that in that particular matter where former President Jacob Zuma basically started again the process of wanting State Prosecutor Advocate Billy Downer removed from his criminal case, the judge who is currently presiding over his matter, Judge Nkosinathi Chili, dismissed that particular application, saying that he will in fact give reasons for his judgment, reasons for this dismissal when he delivers his judgment. But of course we heard from the lawyers representing former President Jacob Zuma saying that they will also appeal that particular ruling which was made by Judge Nkosinathi Chili, saying there that they feel that former President Jacob Zuma will not receive a fair trial under the current prosecutor in his case, which is Advocate Billy Downer, accusing him, of course, of leaking his confidential medical information to a journalist, and also, accusing him of bias, saying that he lacks, title to prosecute. But of course, all those matters, have been ventilated here in these court proceedings, and the courts have found those to be not true, Ayanda.